Oh, you're telling me that Zoro actually grew all those arms? That's not magic, by the way.
Oh yeah, no.
It's witchcraft. It's witchcraft,
See,
bro.
and like I wasn't even thinking about that.
Yeah.
I wasn't even taking Ashura into place.
So what he's saying is he firmly stands on Zoro
Yeah.
because he wasn't even thinking about Ashura, and now he is, and he's like, nope, not that
It's like,
effective.
no,
that in there."
definitely Zoro, yeah.
Yeah. Welcome back to the Anime Alchemist podcast. My name is Emery.
My name is Gary.
My name's Martine.
Yeah, tuning in from Discord. For those of you who are still wondering, he is okay. His dick reduction surgery went well, so he just he just got to lay off for a couple weeks.
I fucking knew you were gonna say some bullshit. Yeah, I was just getting too heavy, honestly. I needed, I needed something done.
With this Texas heat, he could just, it doesn't work.
It was
There's
slowing
too
me
much
down,
chafing.
honestly.
And like it was just always so obvious, left like sweat stains.
Yeah,
Those
it's
hands.
like, y'all ever heard of the elephant in the room metaphor? Yeah.
God damn it.
It is episode 97. For those of you who are listening or watching, we are getting very close to our episode 100. To celebrate that, we are actually going to be hosting a live episode on September 17th. The time for that will be announced, so check out all our social medias like TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and stuff like that. Or you guys can always, tune into the Discord, find out more. Let's talk about some anime. Is that everything?
Let's talk about some anime.
Yeah, let's talk about some anime.
Yeah, let's talk about some anime. Spoiler warning.
Spoiler warning, like always. So we can finally talk about Gear 5. I mean, Martine, how long have you been waiting to talk about this? This is probably not the way you envisioned us finally getting to talk about it on the podcast.
No, definitely not. And we'll definitely go into way, way more detail once the finale wraps up, because then we'll be able to cover everything Wano-wise. But yeah, I've been holding on to this for a fucking year and a half almost now. I think it got revealed last April in the manga. God damn, that is the biggest fucking thing to try and hide from you guys and try to just pretend that I didn't know. I don't know how y'all went this whole year without hearing more than you already did.
You just avoid certain things. You see the obvious thing, and it's like, okay, keep on.
Yeah, no, exactly. And it's just there's so many people online that really suck and they just don't care. They'll be like, oh, let me just post it, let me put it in the thumbnail, let me name my title Gear 5 blah 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 whatever. And it's so hard to you can see it really quickly and swipe up, but you saw it, you know what I mean? You know that you're expecting something at the very least, which is a little unfortunate. But at the end of the day, I still think it was a great experience, and the anime reveal was fucking awesome in my opinion. What did y'all think?
It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I had goosebumps the entire time. And honestly, I think my favorite thing is the audio. The sound effects that they added into it.
These were awesome.
I think that's probably one of the bigger reasons why I'm happy that I'm anime only. Cause we got the greatness of Gear 5th and more. I'm sure everybody had their imagination thinking oh, this is how it would, sound and act and be, but then to actually visually get to see how Oda would want it in motion is crazy.
Yeah, I even remember a lot of people were saying as cool as Gear 5 was when it got revealed, it was something that was meant for the anime, just because of the abilities that it can do. It's literally a cartoon character's powers come to life. It's Toon Force basically, and what better way to show off something like that than with the actual animation, The manga was great, it got me excited and I was super hyped every time I'd read those chapters, but it's not the same as watching it, seeing it all play out. It was so much better in my opinion in the anime than it was in the manga.
The moment he started affecting his surroundings and bouncing around on stuff, I was like, yo, whoa. Hold on.
Him just losing his lid just on the top of that roof with nobody there. That's probably one of my favorite little clips of it, because he's just he's so wild and free and rambunctious and he's just so excited because he's like, I get to keep fighting.
I can do
Yeah.
all of this. This is so much fun.
Yeah, he's like essentially been liberated and like can do everything that he's wanted to do, incorporate all of his previous gears all into like one form essentially, you know, with no restrictions. Like that is how fucking cool it is. And it makes sense for that to be his like final gear and his awakening kind of, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like especially realizing that for the entirety of the series we thought that he had a paramecia when in reality it was a fucking zone fruit, you know?
Mm.
Like that bombshell of a reveal just changed the game. Like nobody ever saw that coming. Like when it was coming out of the manga, when that chapter dropped, everybody lost their shit. Everybody was like, "So Oda's been like playing us since chapter 1 basically." Which is essentially what it was.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, and then it makes you want to like look at the entire series as a whole now in a completely different way. Like if you rewatch One Piece after knowing everything that you know now, anytime he like Luffy does any kind of like Gear 2 ability, Gear 3 or whatever, you're just going to look at it in a little bit different like perspective and be like, "Holy crap, like he has been kind of tapping into that kind of stuff like little by little as the show, you know, went on and as he was getting stronger and stronger."
Like,
That's a pretty crazy concept. And that's why I'm excited to just see more. I'm also really excited for Wano to end. 'Cause we've been in Wano for so long. And like, I'm gonna enjoy this Gear 5 stuff, but afterward, just like, let's get out of here.
There's so much going on outside of Wano and outside like in the regular world that I think that no one was expecting Wano to be as long as it is, I think. And I mean it went by fast. It's longer than Dressrosa, but it didn't like feel like it dragged in my opinion as much.
That's definitely true. Like, that's probably because like the multiple, I guess, acts in the arc itself, where like Dressrosa was just like an arc.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true. It was kind of like one singular story. This one has like different, you know, structures that lead up to the finale. Or to like the big climax, I guess.
It's man, like they could have done Wano as its own damn arc. Onigashima's been its own damn thing all on its own.
Oh yeah. Agreed, yeah.
The raid.
Everyone has always agreed that the raid should be its own arc.
Mm.
The fact that when I get on Crunchyroll on the TV, I have to sit there and just scroll down for like 2 minutes to get to the most recent episode.
There's like,
bruh,
I think on
they
Crunchyroll
should separate it.
isn't there like, I thought there already was like 2 parts of Wano on.
Oh yeah, there's
Crunchyroll.
Wano part 1, Wano part 2, but
They're kinda
they
taking a
gotta
Wano part 3.
they just gotta do Wano, Onigashima raid, and like Wano final part or final
God.
arc.
The good thing is that the wrap up for Wano is like not that long. It'll span a few episodes for sure because some stuff definitely happens, but it's not gonna be like a part 1 of Wano type long. Like it's just, I don't know. I'd give it maybe 5-6 episodes of a wrap up
That's not
potentially.
bad.
Oh,
Maybe.
kind of like Dressrosa.
Kind of guessing, yeah. Because like every arc has like a conclusion, you know, a wrap up, a party to celebrate everything, you know, like that's always really nice to see.
Information
development.
reveal.
Information reveal and something that'll essentially connect it to the next arc. Like, why are we leaving Wano? Where are we going? What is the reason for it? You know, so like you need to establish that at the end, and especially after the conclusion of an arc this big and this important too. Like, we're about to defeat 2 Yonkos. You know what I mean? That's not a light feat. That's something pretty major for the Straw Hats, and like the world is gonna find out about this, you know, especially with CP0 kind of being here, you know what I mean?
Okay, yes,
Like,
yes.
We definitely need to talk about that.
Yes.
I know that Gary has been really dying.
He's been itching. You have no
Yeah.
idea.
And bro, the prevalence of them just like skyrocketed once Wano hit. Like, yeah, we saw them kind of in Dressrosa,
Hmm.
right? But like them popping up in Wano, it was serious.
Yeah.
Right. Izo, he's fighting them and they're scrapping with each other. And he was like, well, if I'm dying, I got to take one with me.
Yeah.
Right. And so
No.
clearly, like, these guys are tough. When he was fighting Drake, he's like, oh, man, those guys are tough.
They're tough.
But he did it with like a huff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He put down one of the worst generation. So this guy is
Yeah,
strong as
yeah.
fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I think they were talking about one of the world's best agents or their best agents, right?
Hmm.
And I'm assuming from what we saw from movie Red and Gold that like Lucci and them are still in CP0
Yes.
or like in CP and have moved up into CP0.
We saw that Lucci is in CP0. Remember in the Reverie, it showed him in like the white outfit and everything.
That's right.
Yeah, so it's confirmed that he's in CP0 for sure.
And
I don't remember
Kaku.
who else.
And
Kaku
Kaku,
too,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're both confirmed to be in CP0, which is kind of crazy to think about because like the anime never covered these cover stories, right? But I didn't read them at the time, but I looked back and watched videos. But apparently like after Eni's Lobby ended in the anime and even in the manga, there was a cover story that essentially covered what happened to CP9 afterwards, and they were essentially like being chased by the government for failing their mission. So they were like they weren't praised or anything like that. Like they were in hiding for a while because of like that failure and everything. And it's kind of crazy to see like them jump from them running away from the government after such a big failure at Eni's Lobby to now being essentially promoted and being in CP0, which is like the highest level of the Cypherpol agencies. Like I wonder what happened, like who who decided. It was like, you know what, we'll give you another shot, let me get you a promotion. Like that's so weird to think about.
That is definitely weird to think about. That's interesting. I did not know that the world government was after them for a while.
Yeah,
But,
y'all should look
Oh,
back
yeah.
and check the cover stories. They're really cool.
but I was thinking about, and Emery brought this up, is like Kaku had his devil fruit for how long?
Like 2 hours.
It's been 2 years.
Imagine what he can do now.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. No, I'm sure that they've both gotten really strong. I'm sure Lucci has also gotten really fucking strong
Mhm.
too.
Yo,
Like,
zones seem like they have a lot, like some of the most potential out of devil fruits. Like I get Logias are OP because like you're literally an element,
mhm.
but a zone devil fruit for mythical zones are crazy, dog. They have so much variety. I was telling Emery, like, imagine if Lucci did come back after multiple years of training, like all he had was the Rokushiki techniques, right? And that's not super interesting.
Mhm.
So then I was like, well, they
He
saw
was really
Chopper.
deadly with those.
He was.
Yeah.
I agree. But like this, he'd have to have like some whole extra set of powers on top of that. And I was telling Emery, what if he saw Chopper's monster point and like heard about like how homie took the drugs and got points, right? And he turned
like
around and made like forms, right? So imagine he had like a tech high point, right, and a shave
Shit.
point.
Dude, I genuinely think that Lucci would be like really fucking strong if he dedicated all those 2 years to training and everything. Like he has the capability to be very powerful. Especially if he learns how to use hockey the way that like everyone post time skip has been using it, on top of like the Rokushiki techniques. That would be fucking insane.
Oh, like, dude.
Didn't even think about incorporating
Like,
hockey into the Rokushiki.
Think about it. We got a little taste of it with Who's Who,
Mm-hmm.
but like imagine somebody like a beast like Rob.
Someone
Lucci.
like Lucci, yeah.
That's
Like
I feel like we kind of got a little bit of that from Virgo too.
yeah.
I remember that, yeah.
See, I don't know. The Navy, like, I feel like their power set's super basic.
Mm-hmm.
It only varies from person to person, like how they use it.
Yeah,
That-
no, that's
yeah.
true.
Because Virgo, he was just an example of somebody who just dedicated like all of their like training to the Rokoshiki techniques, and like by no means, like I mean, yeah, he was really strong, but I mean,
The full body hockey that
Yeah,
he
that's-
did was also really impressive.
that was
You
a-
don't see too many people do that. It was him and like Pika, I think.
and now Jinbei, that's it.
But Jinbei did it for a second, and can't nobody touch him.
Hey, I had no.
Yeah. Dude, I still remember watching that episode, seeing like all those like fingers, and then he just like used his hockey, and you hear the cracking of who's fucking fingers.
That was one
That
of my
shit was
favorite moments.
crazy. Oh, you know what we should do though? Whenever Wano wraps up, we should do like a highlight reel or like our favorite moments from Wano and kind of like talk about that.
Down.
Since there's so much of it.
That's a good idea.
That's a good idea. Perfect.
Sounds like fun. Like a wanna recap best moments.
Absolutely, yeah.
with CP0 and all of them, like I'm just really interested in like what's gonna happen after this, because clearly they know something was about to happen. I mean, and we were kind of debating this earlier, like the interpretation of what the Gorosei were saying.
Oh,
right?
okay, yeah.
It's like we can't let him go, or we can't afford to let Luffy go up against the world's finest, right? And we were talking like they really didn't want to sacrifice that agent, but they
Right,
were
yeah.
like, we have to, because this is like we can't let this happen.
It's too important. Yeah, like he's too much of a liability to let escape, basically.
Exactly. And so what we were talking is like, what are they? Who's the world's finest, right? Are they talking about like the world's finest, as in like the Yonko? Because they know that it has the potential to awaken his devil fruit, and they know what it is. Or are they talking about other players who are higher up in the ladder that are stronger, and like they can't afford to have Luffy go up against those guys because they're the established power?
Right. I mean, I definitely don't have an answer for you. I wish I did.
Okay.
And even if I did, I wouldn't tell you. But
Good man.
as of like what I know, at least, is just the fact that obviously, like the Gum Gum fruit, it was important this whole time. But what the community had always like talked about is like, if it was this important this entire time, why did it take the world government so long to act on it? Like, he was there at Marineford, he was there at Enies Lobby. Like, if it was that serious, they should have done something more earlier, right? And what people have been coming up with is, well, maybe like at the time, like Luffy's probably not the first person
that's
to
what I
have
thought.
the Gum Gum fruit, and he like there's probably been more people in the past who have stumbled upon it, but maybe weren't able to awaken it.
Yes.
So they never like wanted to make a big deal out of it, because they're like, the odds of it awakening are slim to none, So they're just like, whatever, we'll just pretend it's like this random Gum Gum fruit or whatever, let the people keep thinking that, and move on, right? Not draw any attention to it. But as the show progresses, we see Luffy get it, we see him like, slowly start growing and getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And yeah, obviously, like, the show's been going on for like 25 years our time, but when you put it in perspective, it has not been that long in the time of the show. Like, they've only been sailing for a few months, right, pre-time skip together as like the Straw Hat Pirates, and whenever they had a chance to go after him, they just kept escaping, and then they disappeared for 2 years. During that time skip, nobody knew where Luffy was. Nobody knew where most of the Straw Hats were. So, you don't hear anything for 2 years. You're like, okay, maybe, I don't know, something happened, whatever, we're not going to deal with it. Pops back up after a 2-year time skip, and then the events from, Fishman Island all the way to Wano have not spanned more than a few months. Again, like, it's been a very short amount of time. Hell, all of Dressrosa happened in a fucking day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
true. So when you put it in perspective like that, the government probably has been trying to capture Luffy, but he keeps moving really fast. The events that have been happening post time skip happen within like the span of a couple days, and then they move on like that. So they're not like, they don't stay in a certain place that long. Usually, the longest they've stayed, honestly, is probably Wano now, and even then, it's only been a couple weeks.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's very true. It's only been a couple weeks, and like, I feel like they spend more time selling from location to location than at the location itself.
Exactly, and if the world is as huge as it is, like, it's hard to find someone out on the sea of any places. You probably won't hear about them until they land on a certain island and start making a ruckus. And then by the time you get there, they're probably wrapping it up and moving on to the next island.
That's true.
So it kind of makes sense, you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of what the community has come to agree on, is that, like, they probably knew that it had the capabilities, but the fact that he kept taking down, like, enemy after enemy, and each one ended up being stronger and stronger, they're like, okay, no, this actually, like, has the chance of becoming something that we need to avoid, so that's why they started acting really, like, fast in Wano and sending the CP0 agents and all that to shut it down before, anything happens.
That's kind of wild when you think about it. So they get from Fishman Island, they come into the New World. Punk Hazard maybe like a day.
Yeah.
Then they leave. They sail to Dressrosa. That's a day. Then they spent a couple days in Zoe because they had to meet both of them.
Yep, and then a couple days in Whole Cake too.
Whole Cake,
It wasn't really that long that they were there either.
Nope.
It took 3 weeks to get from there to Whole Cake, and then from Whole Cake to Wano, it's about 3 weeks. I'm pretty sure it said.
Yeah, and it's not
And
easy
then-
to get to Wano too,
Nope.
as we've seen.
Yeah, and then the prep for the raid was like a week.
Yeah, something like that. I think they had been in Wano for maybe a few days before. Like he got captured, sent to the prison. He was there for a couple days, broke out of prison, and then they spent a week prepping for the raid. And then this raid that's been going on for damn near like what, a year and a half, 2 years now, maybe.
Just been a couple hours.
It's been a few
It's
hours.
it's
been
the
a night.
evening.
It's been
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
whole night essentially, yeah. So when you put it into perspective like that, time passes really fast.
So it ain't even been like a full 3 months since they got into the new world, and he's duking it out with the Yonko, and
Yeah.
about to beat one, and the government's like,
Yeah.
oh fuck.
Exactly.
We need to
They
do
saw
something about
Like,
it.
they
Okay,
saw
see,
it
that
happen
makes sense.
so fast.
It's like
yeah.
it's one thing to be like the media to be like, oh, he's the new Yonko. Yeah, okay, that's cute. He's fighting who? Wait, no, but he was just a big.
Wait, but Big Mom's there. What? They're teaming up to fight him?
Oh,
What
Big
the
Mom
fuck?
got defeated. Oh shit. Okay, like they're getting those reports as it's happening through
Mhm.
CP0. So like as they're hearing it, they're like, okay, yeah, no, you need to stop it. Remember they were going after Nico Robin first, but they were like, okay, no, stop. You need to go and stop Luffy, like right now. They changed orders mid-fight. Remember? So
Yeah.
like I get it honestly. Like it's hard to view it from that perspective because it's been so long in our time. We've been in Wano for fucking years. But in reality, like the shit is happening super fast. And what I think that they're trying to avoid more than anything is the disruption of the powers of the world. Like we need the Yonko to balance the power of like the world government and the warlords. Like those established powers kind of help the government maintain the control it has on the world. And this fucking rubber boy coming in and throwing it all out the window,
Destabilizing.
he's destabilizing it. Like that
And
can
it-
cause a lot of fears that what they've worked so hard to establish and control could be turned over really quickly because of the amount of support that this guy has and the amount of like change he's able to do on
Well,
most
The government's
stuff.
gonna have to control so much. I guarantee. Luffy's not gonna be the only one walking out here as a Yonko.
Oh no, dude, you gotta think like it's a Cold War state, right? It's like if the
Mhm.
Yonko attack another Yonko, they're weak to be attacked from anybody else.
Yep.
If the government puts their effort into attacking a Yonko, they're weak from attack from somebody else,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it's this Cold War state where if anybody attacks anybody, they're fucked.
Yeah.
So we're at war, but we're not fighting. We're just building up our forces
Mhm.
over time
And-
and stockpiling power. And Luffy comes in and he's like, "Fuck that! I don't care. We're breaking this shit down."
Yep.
And with all those variables that they're not expecting, like two
It's
Yonkos dropping
dangerous,
at
yeah.
once, getting rid of the 7 warlords.
Yeah, that's a big
Yeah.
fucking
Like
deal.
there's a lot of
dangerous.
shit going on, man.
In power.
Yeah, he fucking went to 2 different Yonko's territory and has, made it out alive for both.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty fucking crazy. When
He's
you think
also
about it.
Been at every one of the
Like
old
high
navies,
yeah.
military or like
Military,
bases,
like-
like the trifecta.
He did a fucking prison break
Yeah.
before learning how to use hockey.
That was so crazy. That's why he had Candle Guy.
First government
Baldino.
like high facility, like out of the 3 facilities, like highest facilities in the world, first one he goes to, it gets fucking destroyed completely. Buster called.
Mhm.
Marine Ford, first person to ever. Oh well, second person.
Impel
to-
down.
Huh?
Impel down.
Impel down.
Break out of impel down, resulting in a shift of power.
Wait, broke in and broke out.
Broke
First
in and
one.
out.
and
That,
out,
yeah,
yeah.
first person to break in.
And
Like
he let
second
a
person to break
break
out.
He let a prison break.
Let a prison break.
So many
Yeah.
terrorists got out.
Shows up at Marine Ford. They had to move that. It's now up on in Mary Jo.
Very sure. Yeah.
So like clearly everywhere he goes, he fucking ruins shit.
Mhm.
Well, by
Like,
like,
no
government
wonder, like,
standards.
Yeah, by government standards and by a random citizen just getting their daily news from the government, this guy's a fucking terrorist. I'd
He's
be
a
terrified
menace.
of Sprat
Uh-huh.
Luffy. I'd be fucking terrified if I heard he was coming to my island.
And
He
then
just-
you have those freaks out there like Bartolomeo who are like, this guy's
He's-
crazy. I like him.
Yeah.
Imagine being like a town that's like ran by like, or like protected by another like Yonko territory, and like to them you're just like, they're such a benevolent like leader and they protect us from all the bad pirates, yada yada. And then just one day it's just like, did you hear? Straw Hat Luffy's on the island. Start freaking the fuck out. It's like, no, you dumb shits.
We're fucked.
90% of the chance he's gonna liberate you.
Well, you know, when you think about it too, like the whole Fishman Island situation,
Yeah.
obviously Big Mom sucks, but when you think about it, like Fishman Island was fine. They were
Mhm.
fine the way they were. They were protected by Big Mom. All she asked for was like, just give me candy. Like, you have candy that I like at your little factories. Just give me candy once a month or something like that. Y'all be good. That's not irrational. That's not like a bad demand for the protection, you know,
That's
by
true.
a Yonko.
But-
So like, I get that. And then here comes Luffy, fucking starts picking up fights like, hey, I'm taking your candy. Fuck you.
well,
Like,
it's also because like with that, Jinbei also had to join her crew.
True. That is true. There were like small things and small details that did make it, you know, like a less favorable situation. But like as a whole for the island, I guess for Fishman Island, it was in their benefit at the time, so I get it, you know.
Nah,
And then this
She
fucking,
did.
but yeah, she sucks, and they're better off with Luffy being the Yonko protecting them than anybody else.
Facts.
I mean, if I was Madame Charlie, looking in that crystal ball, finding out about this dude who's gonna destroy Fishman Island, and then you hear about him later on, it's like, oh no, he took down Big Mom. Like, you know, maybe 2 months later, you're like, what the fuck?
He did what?
He,
He did what?
I guess we're flying his flag now because Jinbei joined his crew.
Start telling everybody pack your shit because 100% Fishman Island's falling now.
Everybody pack the Noah.
Start packing the Noah now.
Oh,
Hmm.
also, this reminds me before I forget. Y'all know how I keep that list of shit y'all have guessed.
Oh yeah.
On November 13th, podcast episode 67, y'all guessed pretty much essentially everything for Luffy's Devil Fruit.
Wait, what?
30 episodes ago.
Yeah, like 30 episodes ago, y'all were talking about theories, like what it actually is, because I think that was around the time when Who's Who was talking about the whole
The
like,
who's who?
Oh.
the sun god Nika thing, and you like immediately connected the dots, and you're like, no, it has to be this, blah blah blah. Like, what if it's not even like a paramecia? What if Luffy's the sun god? Blah blah blah. Like, y'all guessed all of it. So if y'all ever get the chance, y'all should check back and listen to y'all. You know, see how much you got right, because I had to stay so fucking quiet. I was sitting there like, these motherfuckers.
They got too much pattern
Big
recognition.
brain.
I was like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Just stay quiet? Just like gaslight them? Be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like,
Y'all are so stupid.
I hope y'all know I gaslight the fuck out of y'all a lot of the times because you're so right and it's annoying.
I'm never gonna trust shit he says.
I like when you're toxic, Danny.
Yeah. Speaking of toxic, what's this bullshit fucking question you have here?
Oh,
Oh
That
no,
was your
that was
question.
that's me.
That was you? I'm
This
sorry.
This is for you.
100%. That seems like a Martine
Who is
question.
stronger? Who would win in a fight?
Mhm.
Zoro
Mhm.
or Yami? Yami Sukihiro from Black Clover.
Mhm.
Oh, I don't have to say who Zoro is. Everybody knows who Zoro is.
Mm.
Yeah, I definitely want to hear what Emery has to say first before I say anything.
No, you're talking about surpass your limits, but Zoro be scaling kind of how Luffy be scaling. So, what you gonna say, bro?
Yeah.
Zoro ain't got to remind himself to surpass his limits. He just does it.
Yeah, he's like, oh, okay.
I need to get stronger. I'm gonna have to go Zoro, to be honest. He's
How's he gonna deal with the dark dimensional slash?
future sight.
He doesn't have future sight.
You're gonna tell me that Zoro doesn't have fucking like advanced fucking observation hockey?
he doesn't have future sight.
I don't know. Okay, maybe
would
not
say
future sight, but
future
he does
sight.
have observation haki, just like Yami
Yeah.
has fucking key reading. Like, it 100%,
that,
it would
yeah.
be along the same things. And then,
So wouldn't that cancel out though?
I guess it'd just be more on who's better at it.
Could Zoro
Because, like,
cut his dark dimensional slash?
I would like to think so.
But then could Yami cut one of Zoro's
Like-
slashes like Phoenix?
Yeah,
or Pound
probably.
cannon? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
With
I
his
think
dark
Yami
dimensional
could have.
slash?
I think Yami could cut the fuck out of Zoro. Like
That's what
I
I'm
think
saying.
You're underestimating Yami, my guy.
Do you
No.
not see how strong
Dimensions.
Asta
He slashed
is?
through a dimension, bro.
And Yami's
Oh,
stronger than
okay,
him?
That's magic, guys. Like,
So
you're also like, okay.
Okay, but you also
it doesn't
understand.
make it less
Do you
real.
not remember how he used his key with his magic to have that instant react like crazy?
Yeah.
Like
When he has his
speed
mono zone?
slash?
Yeah. When he,
The
yeah,
second
and he
that
uses
Zoro
black
gets
hole.
into that monozone. Yeah, no.
I know. Okay. You guys want to use that? You want to use that?
Magic, you talk about magic. Okay, whatever. Hockey's magic too.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
Fair.
Hockey is magic.
Okay, you're talking about like him the moment he gets
Witchcraft.
inside that like mono zone.
Oh, you're
Okay.
telling me that Zoro actually grew all those arms? That's not magic, by the way.
Oh yeah, no.
It's witchcraft. It's witchcraft.
See,
bro.
and like
You
I
got-
wasn't even thinking about that.
Yeah.
I wasn't even taking Ashura into place.
Oh, so what he's saying is he firmly stands on Zoro
Yeah.
because he wasn't even thinking about Ashura, and now he is, and he's like, nope, not that
It's like,
effective.
no, definitely Zoro, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hmm.
Zoro struggled to cut a meteor. I don't think Yami would struggle to cut that meteor.
If best, he'd cut it in half.
Yami would cut it into cubes.
Doubtful.
No, that would be Jack.
Jack,
Jack
I can
is
see
fair.
Jack. Yeah.
Okay,
Yami,
so you're
no.
telling me that you think like the most Zoro could do against Kaido was like that big ass fucking scar on his chest, right?
Uh huh.
So you're telling me that you think
hold on,
Yami
after taking on.
all that damage.
Yes.
Okay, so say Yami took a bunch of damage too, I guess, to even it out. You don't think that Yami could cut Kaido more than that with a dimension slash?
I feel like that would cut
I
through
don't-
his toughness. You know,
Yami
like it
would output way more power in terms of cutting. And he's strong as fuck. Y'all remember when he fucking picked up that entire boulder or fucking mountain or whatever
Yeah.
during that fight? He's not weak.
No,
at all.
by no
Like,
means.
The strength wise is they're neck to neck. If anything, I could even give like a hair to fucking Yami. Technique wise, I'll give to Zoro. I think Zoro has way better sword technique than Yami.
Okay, what about overall output of power? Like, let's say y'all remember, and this is manga spoilers for Black Clover. Y'all remember that scene where Jack throws off that massive attack,
Mm-hmm.
and he slices through everything.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Yami could do something like that?
Mm.
Do you think Zoro could?
Yeah.
So you're struggling to say Yami could, but you firmly believe Zoro could.
Like I'll be honest. Like I'm trying to like justify Yami, but I mean,
You still think Zoro?
yeah.
I don't know. That's not an easy fight at all, but
No.
I don't know why. I just really want to go with Yami specifically. That man can fucking cut almost anything.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Yami versus Kizaru would be crazy.
Light versus dark.
That'd be
Yeah.
a good fight. I'd pay to see that. I don't know.
I think Yami could take that.
Give
think
him
Yami-
Blackbeard's fruit.
God damn.
OP.
That's the last person that needs that devil fruit.
Well, final answer.
Zoro.
Martine,
Yami.
I'm going to say Yami as well. So you heard it here on the Anime Alchemist podcast. If Zoro and Yami were to fight, Yami would win. Let's go, Black Clover.
I'm so glad I can cut that out.
Take it home with you.
I'm sorry.
Trash. Yum yum trash.
I love trash. Give me trash.
There's some trashy fucking anime out there right now.
I don't know if y'all been watching this season of Isekais and Fantasies, but oh my god, is it trash. But I've been watching it. I love trash. I love I'm sorry, I'm still keeping up with vending machine anime. I'll be
How's
watching.
that been, by the way? I've been curious.
It's
fucking
cute.
great, bro.
It's cute as fuck. It's cute as fuck. He's just everybody just loving him. He gives back to the community. He just makes the world a better place.
Is there an overall goal of his? Like, does he want to be human again at some point, or he's just like, "Nah, I'll
Why
just be
does
the
there
best."
need to be a goal? Why can't he just live life
don't
and
know,
like try to
like-
make life better for the people around him because he cares
So,
about them? The
It's
only
essentially
goal,
it's an isekai slash like
slice of life.
slice of life.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
But vending machine. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, there's some combat, you know. It's a fantasy, so they have dungeons and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you know, he doesn't fight too much because he's a vending machine.
He's got
no,
defenses,
most he can
though.
do is like topple over,
Uh,
fucking push someone.
Hey, man, you'd be surprised.
there's a
Um,
healer anime.
Well, I hope to God that later on he kills people like that, and he like as he falls over someone, he's like, statistics show that this many people die from being crushed by a vending machine.
That's funny as fuck.
The odds are
That'd be
low,
funny.
but never zero.
Exactly.
There's an anime about a healer out there, and they spend the first 6 episodes making you watch just a terrible montage of the same monotonous bullshit and the same character interactions with the same general bunny and cat and dog-eared female characters in every fantasy. And then finally, in the 7th episode, it gets into like real world politics because he's a healer that doesn't give a fuck about all the money. So he's like kind of been destabilizing things with what he was doing. You're, oh, okay, all right. So there's actually a plot here. It took
It just
6
took a little
episodes
bit.
to figure it out.
Huh.
It's funny that we like complain about that kind of stuff, but like when you think about it, back in the day, a lot of shows took a while to get into the main plot of the show. Like, take
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
Bleach for example. We didn't know what it was gonna be about, honestly, until he got to the fucking Soul Society and we learned
Yeah.
about all the other, captains and shit. But that was like 20 to 30 episodes later.
Yeah, that encounter with Renji,
Yes.
like that really was what made me start going, oh, okay, something. So this is more than a
There's
monster of
more.
the week.
Yeah, exactly. Like it definitely felt very Monster of the Week at the beginning.
Oh,
Yeah.
bro.
100%.
Monster of the week. Have you been keeping up with Zom 100?
Yes.
you watch
Yes, it's so good.
It's
yeah.
so good.
It's such an easy watch. It's so visually pleasing. The animation is phenomenal. It's just entertaining to watch. I really liked it. I
That
picked
is-
it up immediately after y'all recommended it to me.
Bro, that first episode, the way Homeboy jumps out, finally, I'm free. I was like, bro, this
Mhm.
reminds me so much of Luffy.
Mm-hmm.
Just like he got that vibe, like I'm gonna do what I want because I can now. I love it.
It was a very refreshing take on the zombie apocalypse trope. I
Yes.
don't think I've ever seen one like this. This one's just fun.
I love that episode where they go out to get the big screen TV.
Dude,
Yes,
they
that was a
wine and
great
dine.
episode.
They
The
wind and
fucking
dine.
the flight attendant.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then the whole group kind of dies off.
Yeah, and he's just like, damn, I
And,
really
like,
liked him.
Bro, and he actually was kind of falling for the girl, and he has to walk away because she
Yeah.
got bit. And then he's all sad, and his homeboy's like, "I got the TV, though." You're like, "Yes, mission accomplished."
Mission
Like, we
that's
did
the
it.
overall goal. That was the important thing.
Like,
Everything
yeah.
else was extra.
Yep.
Yeah, we wine and dine them, and they're dead now, and we'll never talk to them again. And it was a traumatic experience. But we got our TV though.
We got our TV.
Let's go.
Yo, Homeboy is a fucking genius.
Oh,
though.
homeboy hit too. He got to hit that too.
Homeboy's friend
I love
did.
his
Yeah.
best friend,
Oh yeah,
bro.
yeah.
He's the
His
best.
best friend's the shit. I love him.
He's cool. I think he's my favorite character.
Dog, that shark shit was scary as fuck.
That shark shit was fucking crazy. First of all, genius. IQ fucking over 1,000. Picking a fucking shark diver suit
Yeah.
as like a superhero costume so that zombies won't bite you. That's fucking genius.
They can't get the bite through. That was so smart.
Yeah,
that-
I wouldn't have thought of that.
That fucking running zombie shark was nightmare fuel. And I hate that they made it work.
It made sense.
When I saw that, I was like, oh, it's a zombie shark now. And they're like, no, it was like the zombies inside of it, kind of like controlling the shark almost. And then it was like a fusion of it or something.
Yeah.
The zombies inside of it kind of fused to it, and their legs, it's
And they're
They're
just
still
thinking
running
out of
around.
it, so
Yeah,
horrifying.
bro, I love
Absolutely
that.
horrifying.
I love that. It's
In
like
the most
on the fly.
comical way.
Yeah,
Trash.
on the fly. They're like, oh, this is how that works. So don't question it. Just this is scary as fuck, isn't it?
Yeah. Then see, that's the perspective that I take with this show. Like, I don't question a damn thing. I just watch it and I enjoy it because it's funny. It's fun. It's very like I like the animation a lot actually, and that also like reminds me, it's been having a lot of breaks between episodes due to like delays and stuff. Have you all been seeing that?
Yeah,
feel like
there hasn't been an
everything's-
episode in like 2 weeks. I feel like.
Everything's
Yeah.
been like that lately.
Yeah. That sucks because I really like it. But I mean, hey, if we keep getting episodes that good quality, I really don't care, honestly. Then take the time they want.
What was that anime that we had watched?
Am I actually the strongest? So there's this anime and this kid's born with like this weird crest. It's a reincarnate. That one, right?
No.
Okay, he's talking about one room hero and level 1 demon lord. Jesus Christ, that is trash.
Dude.
The only reason I kept watching was because of the secretary's ass in her fucking swimsuit.
Yes. I mean, dude, probably like the first 10 minutes, there were more high quality shots of her ass and tits than anything else in the anime.
Jesus Christ.
I'll be honest,
That's
I
where all-
partially.
That's where all the production money went to.
Oh, 100%. It was like, it's like, wow, they actually really know how to animate ass. That's impressive. What's the
Like,
story
now
about
that-
again?
Yeah, now that I know that they can do this, I'm disappointed that other animes don't.
Yeah,
'Cause
they are dropping the
fuck.
ball.
Yeah, no, but it's absolute garbage.
Oh, absolute
There's-
garbage.
there's-
The story
there's-
behind it's fucking trash,
Dude,
but it's funny.
The demon lord is like a loli, but she can turn into like a normal, like, you know, pull a Nezuko, turn into a big titty Onesan.
God.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The
Yeah,
secretary is just like, you know,
Mommy.
yeah. I mean, she's pretty hot. And the hero is just a garbage human being.
Yeah. It's like he slayed the Demon King like 10 years ago or 15 years ago. And then like afterwards, it was all fucking downhill.
Yeah, society shifted. He like him being
100%.
an adventurer and everything. He's out there like fucking a bunch of different women and like all these scandals come out and he got canceled. It's this whole thing and you're just like, okay.
He went from
this is
being
a
the
show.
hero to being a fucking full-blown zero.
Yeah. It's pretty, and the little demon lord who got killed by him and reincarnated herself is like, dog, we got to get you back into shape so you can fight me. Like this is a disgrace. You
This
killed
got it.
me.
And this is what you turned into? This is bullshit. It's a
Oh,
disgrace to
that-
my... Yeah.
That sounds funny, but I could definitely see how that would be hot trash.
Yeah.
It's garbage. It is.
I
garbage.
love that like we have a segment where we talk about the absolute most garbage anime because we've even talked about this before. Every like genre of TV show has their own garbage like genre. There's fucking reality TV shows for example, and a lot of them are garbage,
Hot
but we
trash.
watch them anyways because they're entertaining, you know?
Did y'all ever watch Classroom for Heroes?
No.
No.
Don't.
Okay.
Oh.
It
Say
feels
less.
like it like genuinely feels like an isekai anime, right?
hmm
Like, oh, we're starting this whole new adventure, this whole new world, and we're learning new ability, all this stuff. But like, it's about a hero who's a kid who like already defeated the demon lord, lost his power in the process, and like now he's normal. And people are like, no, you're gonna keep doing shit.
Oh.
He's like, I want a normal life. They're like, no, you're gonna keep
Sucks.
doing shit. And
That
it's
sucks.
just about him being OP with very generic cast of characters.
Oh god.
But there's some cool fight scenes, a little like action sequences. So, you know,
Okay.
like I said, it's trash, but like, you know, a raccoon finds something edible in the trash every time.
Hey, at the end of the day, someone saw it and and they were like, you know what? Let's give it an anime. Let's see what happens. Someone greenlit it, so we can't really say
Oh,
much.
No. Yeah, and then there was one me and
Yeah,
Emery started
yeah.
watching called "Am I Actually the Strongest?" and it's about this guy who gets isekai in another world, and he is committed to not doing shit.
Mhm,
Like
Mhm.
he died in his previous life because he was not doing shit.
mhm.
So he gets reincarnated, and he's like this royal person in this other world. Like he's like born with this crest, like actually on his body
Mhm.
to prove he's royalty. And they go to test his power level, and you know when they reincarnated him, she like essentially set his power level to 2,000, and
Instead of like
y'all told me
200.
about this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember now.
so
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, he's super weak, and they basically throw the baby away, and he figures out how to use light magic and like tames a giant fox that can turn into a sexy female, right? And he like gets her to give him breast milk, and dude comes up and saves him, and like after that it's just him living his life trying to be as lazy as possible, like genuinely committing to, I don't want to do shit with my life because fuck that. So he just makes a clone of himself to like go and live his life, and he literally just stays in his room watching anime and shit. And like, bro, who's gonna watch an anime about that?
Yeah, that doesn't
That
seem
doesn't-
like
No, it's
not
Trash.
interesting. I guess,
interesting.
but
It's
just
not
fucking
fun.
No, yeah.
Yeah, so I dropped that.
That's a waste of an isekai, honestly.
Yeah, I was
If
like,
you get
bro, what
isekai
the
and then just
fuck?
go and do the same thing. Like, what the fuck is the point?
And then the last one, this one's fun just because cute girls and I like food. There's an anime called My Unique Skill Makes Me OP even at level 1.
Oh yeah.
I said everything that I needed to. I said everything I needed to. It's an isekai
Yeah. Yep.
about some girls and food.
Go check it
You
out.
know, at that point, you know exactly what you're getting yourself into. So
Yeah, 100%.
you can't even be surprised.
Yeah, so like I said, I love trash.
There's a lot of trash out right now.
But on the opposite side of that, you know what's not been trash?
Oh, Bleach has not been trash.
Bleach has not been trash. Bleach has
Dude.
been fucking amazing. And if it wasn't for One Piece, I'm damn near positive that this would be like the most talked about anime next to maybe like Jujutsu Kaisen, at least like the beginning part.
Well,
But
that's
this
fine.
shit has been fucking insane.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they postponed JJK.
Mm-hmm.
Smart move on their part, in my opinion.
Very smart move.
Yeah, like they'll get into the meat of the Shibuya stuff in JJK after like the finale of Wano wraps up, so it won't like have to be competing for attention at least. Maybe it'll be competing, not even with Bleach, because Bleach is about to have their last episode next week too.
Well, I mean, by the time this comes out, the new JJK season will have already started.
Yeah.
Which I'm very excited.
I'm very
and we'll
too.
get into that, you know,
Yeah,
later
episodes.
on too. But no, dude, I'm fucking loving Bleach. I have been watching week to week without fail every Saturday because I look forward to every single one of those episodes. I know you haven't as much, Emery, but personally, man, I have fucking loved everything they've done. The animation is still just as good as the first core. It looks so damn good.
Oh yeah.
We're getting into like longer, well, slightly longer fights, more so than what we got in the first core. It's more of like the Quincy's versus the Soul Reapers, which is what I really wanted to see. And it's just been cool getting to see all of the captains kind of like have their little moments, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And there's been like moments with Shinji, for example. We got to see his Bankai. I was so excited to see that, and they did a really good job. That other captain, the dog one, I forgot his name. but-
His like him giving his life for revenge. That
Yeah.
shit was crazy. That fucking giant form was terrifying.
Oh yeah, no, and that worked super well with like the CGI that they use. Like, it honestly, it added to how terrifying that needed to
Mhm.
be. So that episode was fucking awesome, and it
Reminded
made
me
me
of, like,
respect him a lot.
Armin in his colossal form.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had that same kind of like, Jesus, that's big.
Yeah,
And then
for
and
sure.
then Renji coming in
my
Red.
with his
Renji, my
new
boy.
Shikai. Homie had the wrong name the whole time. His sword was just like, I fuck with you, man. I know you be calling me the wrong shit, but I fuck with
Yeah,
you.
fuck with you.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Like we do some crazy things, even when you call me the wrong name. That's all right.
That's like the equivalent of y'all calling me Martin this entire time, and then 3 years later. By the way, y'all cool, but like my name's Martine. Oh,
Fuck, that would be
Same
hilarious.
shit.
Oh my god, I would feel so terrible.
Imagine being homies with someone for that fucking longer in Renji's case, and being like, "Yo, that's not my name." Like, I don't know if you knew this.
No, dog, I'd have to like bake you a cake or something.
Oh my god.
I'd feel
No, I
so
love
bad.
That was so good. I like that. That's how he gets a power up. I don't think it's a bullshit power up. It makes sense because it wasn't only him. It was also with Rukia, and it was also with Ichigo. So
Well,
like, the
we've
fact that
seen it
applied to
previously.
What?
We've seen it previously.
Yeah,
in
we've
the
seen
past,
something like that
during
before.
the Arrancar arcs.
Mm-hmm.
With who?
You
Um,
remember Funny Pretty Boy
Yeah.
with his
Yes,
lavender?
yeah,
He calls it Lavender, but it's like a different name.
But it's supposed to be a different one. Yeah.
Yeah, and his Shikai like transformed in different ways. So
Yeah.
that, that's proof that
Mhm.
there's other like some swords have secret names.
It was set up way beforehand. It was a concept that like he at least had in mind, and it was executed more so in this arc now. And I really like the way it was executed because it gives like those fan favorite characters moments to shine in a space where otherwise they'd be really outclassed because these Quincy's are fucking strong.
Uh-huh.
You
It
know?
doesn't
And
feel like an ass bowl.
No.
no, not at all. It felt supernatural, and I like it because I personally really like Renji. I know he gets shafted a lot throughout the series, like after the Soul Society arc, but I've always liked Renji. I always thought that he was a cool character and had a lot of potential. It's a shame that we didn't get more of him throughout the main story, but I'm taking it now, and I really like it. He pulled up, drippy as fuck with his new
Mhm.
outfit and everything too. I loved it. That
And
was
straight
so
up was
fucking
like, "Oh, you want to be a superhero? Bet. I'll be the villain." Goosh! Just kills the
Yeah.
fucking kid.
Bro, when
Oh.
James.
he turned around and like busted out his Shikai,
Mm-hmm.
like his actual Shikai, the true name, and like whenever his arm grew big and he put that man into the ground, I was just like, Jesus Christ, this looks so good.
It looks amazing. I've been seeing a lot of like TikToks doing manga comparisons to the anime, and they have been adapting these episodes and chapters like perfectly. Especially the most recent one too, and the Rukia one. They have
Oh.
looked so identical to the manga, but just better, with more color, more dimension, and lighting, and glows and aura, but not like too much. You can still see the detail. I love it. I fucking love this series so much. I will stand by it that I like it more than Naruto, just because I never talked about Naruto the way I talk about Bleach. You know what I mean? It just gets me so excited, and I love everything they've done with it.
Let's
Is
see.
anybody gonna bring it up? Is anybody gonna bring it up?
He Horimaru. Ta- what's his name?
Oh, Hitsugaya.
Come on. Yeah.
Hitsugaya.
Hitsugaya.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hitsugaya. His little Shikai, his little trick with it is like, nah, this isn't even my Bankai. I'm just using thin ice. And since I'm using thin ice, I can make a lot more. So it gets way colder. Like, dude, he just put it in a big brain.
Yeah, no, he's really smart with how he like goes about fighting. I hope to see more from him because he is still one of my favorite captains. But
Bro,
I
that
think Shinji
Bankai.
took his spot.
That Bankai and his Shikai, like the abilities of that sword are
So broken.
the potential is insane. Like for him to be able to do what he's doing, he is known and revered as a genius.
Yeah.
And like
Well,
now
now-
he's figuring more shit out.
He's learning more about it, yeah, and it's getting like stronger. And now I'm curious too how that compares to Rukia, because now that she has her Bankai, that is also broken as fuck. Like the way she can manipulate ice and everything is completely different to the way he does, but it's just as powerful and just as destructive.
Mm-hmm.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
I loved it so much. Like the way her brother came in, who comes in is like, hey,
Oh.
cool down slow.
Yeah.
Or warm up slow, release it slow. Like this is some crazy power.
Like,
He pulled in, bro. Like, oh, I'm not fighting you. She is. Peace.
Yeah.
I love that.
It really shows like how much he's grown to as a character and how
Mhm.
much he respects her now because she's powerful. She does not need help anymore.
Mhm.
She just has so much power at her fingertips now that like she needs help maybe like regulating it and getting into the flow, but she's not like a damsel in distress at all, and she can fucking stand up on her own. And I've always loved Rukia. That's why she's one of my favorite characters in the show. Like and the way it looks too looks really fucking cool too. It looks really nice.
Bro, I love her little like ice form.
Mhm.
She looks so good. And her hair white. Oh,
It looks
so
really
good.
I know. Oh, that
Yeah.
form was
And
so
it's-
badass.
It's even better when like the character's actually really cool too, you know what I mean? Like there's one thing having a cool looking character that can do cool stuff, but the character itself is shit. But like when the character can back it all up by being interesting, like icing on the cake.
Yeah, like I love that all these characters have like little mini character moments, and then boom. Except for Kenpachi, he was just like,
Oh
Huh?
my god, no, we got we
I
got to
can
talk
cut
about it.
anything you can think of or imagine. I can cut. You should have just said you were as hard as steel. I would have just cut you like I'm cutting still.
How did y'all feel about his episode, his reintroduction?
Loved it.
It was nuts.
It was so good.
Like,
Best, like, Black Air Force energy like a motherfucker, bro.
He got the imagination guy to imagine himself losing for a second, and he didn't even do anything.
mm-hmm.
Like I'm the monster you built up in your head.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucking crazy. When he explained it that way, I was like, oh, okay, that's ultimately how he fucking lost.
Yeah, like he imagined him as a bigger as a monster, which is what he was, and he underestimated himself, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
He probably could have won that fight if he hadn't feared Kenpachi, in my opinion.
And she dead.
Huh?
Who, the little girl?
Oh, Kenpachi?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Oh, no,
no.
oh yeah, she died. Yeah.
She dead.
Rest in peace.
R.I.P.
Sis.
Unohana.
Is that so? Who's new favorite meteor slash scene is that?
Oh, mine, 100%.
Oh,
That was
okay.
fucking badass as fuck. Kenpachi cutting that meteor was insane.
Mm-hmm.
It looked so damn good, and it's up there with like any other meteor cutting scene in anime. Like the only other ones that I can think of that are as good are fucking in the Stampede film when
Zoro.
Zoro and then Mihawk cut it.
Zoro and Mihawk cut it. Like that was insane, but it was fast though. And then the other one, I guess, is Sasuke cutting a meteor, but like I'm putting that at the bottom now.
Sasuke didn't cut a
dog.
meteor. He obliterated it.
Hey, dog. Y'all, look.
Put some respect, though.
Don't
He's still up
Count-
there.
don't count out Urza from Fairy Tail.
I haven't
Oh.
seen it.
Mm-hmm.
She destroys a meteor
Mm-hmm.
with one arm. Everything else is broken.
Yeah, everything else. is
She
broken.
pulls a Deku and just boom.
I gotta fucking watch that show. I feel like I would actually like it more than I
Dude,
think I
it's
would.
Probably.
hype. Just don't think too much about it. Just enjoy it. It's one of those things. It's a guilty pleasure. Like if you
Yeah.
want to watch anime, and turn your brain off. It's got a dub. Just throw that shit on in the background while you're
perfect
cooking.
For you.
Yeah, I think what keeps me from like wanting to watch it is that I know it's a very power of friendship type anime, and sometimes that's like super cliche to me, and I'm like, you know.
Yeah, I do. But the power of friendship is really just for the power boost and the hype moments. Like they're not literally like, "I love you as a friend." And
You're
the
my
other
best
person's
friend.
like, You're my best friend too. No, it's not like that. No. There's a scene where one character stabs another character, and then they turn around and like stab themselves. You know, because they're like, I can't like fight you when you're wounded. That's not fair. You know, you are still my homie, so like, let's do this right.
Damn.
Yeah, it's like little things like that. They do it in different ways. Yeah, friendship is like a main thing, but it's in everything. One Piece, Naruto,
Right,
Dragon Ball
yeah.
Z.
As long as it doesn't get to like the cringy like level of like Heart of the Cards, in my opinion, was kind of like
no,
that,
it's not
pretty
like that.
cliche. Okay, cool. So then I might actually end up liking it more because it has like it checks all my boxes in terms of like I like
It's
longer
Diet One
stories.
Piece.
Yeah, I have heard it's Diet One Piece.
It's Diet One Piece.
Yeah.
Okay, we have One Piece at home.
Oh my god.
I'm for real. It is.
No, I know, I
Even
know,
Loxus is just Zoro after the pre-time skip,
What's his name? Is just Shanks.
or after the time skip.
Yeah, that one Shanks looking
Gildarts
character.
is just Shanks. Natsu is the Luffy stand-in. Gray is their Sasuke. They have all the character
There's
tropes
always
and
a
types in there,
Sasuke.
bro.
There's always a Sasuke.
Oh, and
And
then there's also the best girl in the entire series,
Or-
Mira Jane.
Oh, never mind.
She got horns.
Of course.
Damn,
Well-
this fetish low-key could have been tracked back for fucking years now. Like recently it be surfaced
Look,
and
bro, I don't know.
man.
Waking something
Your
in me.
doctor should have diagnosed that a long time ago.
To wrap up the Bleach talk real quick, y'all did watch the most recent episode
Yeah.
from yesterday.
That new Getsugo 10 show, that was
Bro.
fucking crazy.
Why does Ichigo have some of the coldest fucking entrances I've ever seen?
Dude fell from the fucking sky.
That was so badass. He
You know-
fell from the sky, took on 4 bitches at the same time without even trying, and bodied all of them.
It gave me when he landed. You know, it immediately played in my head.
What?
I'm back, bitches.
It really
If
has
they make it
been
a
kind of
bridge.
like-
That's exactly what the voice you need to put for right there.
Huh.
Dude, he treated that lightning one so disrespectfully. He
did.
dodged her fist, grabbed her wrist, and threw her into a building.
Like, you
Later
you
on,
get the fuck out of here.
Ragdolling them, throwing them all over
Uh-huh.
the fucking place. This is crazy.
Who throws an attack and then tells the enemy, "Hey, dodge!
Yeah,
You should dodge that. Are you stupid?"
That was mad disrespectful. I was like, you can die, move.
Who does that?
But
I love
Ichigo's
the new
always
way.
been disrespectful.
Yeah, yeah.
High
yeah.
key. Let me get
I
4
love
ambulances.
the new Tensho thing that he's doing, like the like
like
instead of a
one
big
slash.
swipe,
Mm-hmm.
it just hits harder somehow. I don't know why,
It
but
feels like
so
it's more
fucking cool.
pinpoint focused, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has a lot more control over it now, basically. And we finally got a new move from him. Gets a Jushio, I believe.
Yeah.
Like the cross version of it, which is essentially like just a bigger Getsuga Tensho, but like cross shaped.
Mm-hmm.
You remember when he was throwing off those pinwheels during the Fullbringer arc?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Kind of tracks a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. No, I see. I
Very
really
much his
wanna
style.
rewatch
Because
it.
remember,
Oh.
he integrated all of that form. He integrated it into his Soul Reaper
Mhm.
ability. So like that's why his base Soul Reaper form is so dripped out.
Yeah.
Like
that
it's
makes sense.
already augmented to another level.
Like this is him in base too. This isn't a Bankai at all. Is this his Shikai with the 2 swords? Or,
I don't
it's
even
like-
think those are Shikais, dude.
I don't think they're Shikais. They didn't.
I don't
know.
I don't think they are.
It didn't look like it was. And if that's
Oh.
the case, then holy
He
fucking shit.
didn't say anything.
He just showed up.
They said that they wouldn't be able to repair the sword,
Uh-huh.
but they could reforge it.
Yeah.
Right.
And they
So
reforged
it
it
might
in
not
2
be the
different-
same sword. Yeah, who knows?
Does he get like
who
2
knows?
different
Who
kinds
knows
of
what we're
Shikais?
gonna see?
Yeah, is it like different now? And like I know that you can't really like spoil it too much, I guess, but like I'm curious to see if it's 2 separate swords that have their own Shikai forms
Mm-hmm.
and potentially Bankai, or if both of them are part of like one essence where it's like that's the Shikai. They share that collectively, you know what I mean? I'm curious to see how that's gonna go.
What if one's kind of like dwells more on his like Soul Reaper, like
And
origins,
full
And
bringer.
one's more Fullbringer or Quincy.
or
too,
Quincy,
'cause-
Quincy
yeah,
base? Because like remember like, what was the name of his Bankai beforehand?
Zangetsu.
Zangetsu was like a visual of Yuhabak.
Yuobek.
Yuhabek. So
Yeah.
I mean, like, safe to say, like, it's the same sword, just reforged. Like, I would think maybe one of them would be.
Maybe one of them represents his hollow form too, because like,
Mm.
you know what I mean? Because it's not just 2 things. He's a human, he's a Soul Reaper, he's a hollow, and he's a fucking Quincy. Like that's 4 different entities that are mixed into him and his DNA. That's fucking nuts.
You,
Mhm.
well, you know why him being Quincy so OP though. They're able to take the reishi around them and absorb it and turn it into like attacks and energy.
Oh my God! What if one of
Right.
those
And
swords?
he's a Soul Reaper, and the Soul Society is built out of reishi. Like remember in the Soul Society arc, fucking Sarada.
Mhm.
Sarada. What's his fucking name? I'm sorry. Uryu.
Who do you? I'm sorry.
Uryu turns around and he, uses an attack and absorbs all the reishi around him when he's fighting Light Boy. Funny face. The clown.
Caesar Clown's
Um,
fucking voice actor.
Yeah. I knew the name, but
It starts with the K.
No, it starts with an M, I think.
It's kind of like Kurosaki, but
No, wait,
different.
no. You are right. I think it might be with a K. Kuratsuchi.
Kurotsuchi.
See, okay, yeah,
You're right,
it's
you're
really
right, you're
close, really close.
Oh, I think his first name is with an M, Mayuri Kuratsuchi or something.
Mm-hmm.
Mayuri, there we go. I can remember it like that, Mayuri. Well, you know, when he fights him, he's absorbing all this reishi and like changing it into attacks like on the fly, right? So
Right.
imagine some kind of application from that from Ichigo.
I can
would
see
make
that.
Fucking OP. Dude, he is the perfect test tube baby. He's fucking he's so powerful.
Why the fuck were you looking over here?
You put your finger up.
I had a thought.
See what you had to say. Yeah,
He was
what's
waiting
up?
for your thought.
See, sometimes it pays off to be a test tube baby.
Whoa.
Moving
Something
on,
just got
because
personal.
jobless.
Yeah, no, let's move on though to Jobless because that's also been really good lately.
He bought a slave.
Oh my God, that's how you want to start it?
And
gonna
it's,
start there?
and it's a little girl. And she's
really
also
wanna
a beast person.
I think he's compensating for the fact that he's gay. Why
And
else
now-
would he
okay.
have ED, bro?
Okay,
And now
maybe-
she's an indentured servant to one
Maybe
of his
backtrack
students.
a little bit for the people that aren't caught up to the show.
Oh yeah, he has erectile dysfunction, so he bought a slave.
That's not the reason he bought the slave.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
That is a child, sir.
So is he.
I didn't buy her.
I didn't.
He didn't write it.
Okay,
Look.
wait. What do we need to pick up? Because I don't remember where we left off last time. Other than I know we talked about him leaving after trying to kill himself when Sarah was basically like, "You're a bitch, Rudius."
We definitely talked about him seeing who is it, Mr. Fitz,
Okay.
not realizing
Oh, yeah,
like,
being
yo,
like,
dummy.
Yeah, we had seen that very first interaction with them. So
Yeah.
basically, just like his time at Hogwarts, basically right now
I'm gonna
is
slap
what
you.
we've been seeing. It's Hogwarts. It's fucking Hogwarts.
Well, Zenoba's there, and he broke the figure of Roxy.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
And there were two other girls responsible, and he's had a lot of encounters with Fitz.
Uh-huh.
And we learned a little bit more about her. Like, she's been training her body physically. Like, she essentially is doing the routine Rudius does
Mm-hmm.
without even asking him for that advice. She's just, like, thinking like him. So that
Mhm.
tells you she knows him very well.
Oh yeah.
And she's also incredibly intelligent too. Like
Definitely
she's
not
resourceful and she could figure it out.
definitely not the same little fucking elf girl that we saw.
I mean, she's navigating this political situation. Like, she's
Yeah.
serving a princess.
Absolutely, yeah. I got really like excited to see that she was actually being written as a more interesting character than what we got in season 1. Because like I didn't care for Sylvia at all, if I'm being honest, in season 1.
I was like, can I skip this shit?
Because she was super timid. She didn't
Yeah.
really do much. She was scared of everything, and she relied on Rudy's for everything. And then the blip happened, and we never saw her ever again. So can you blame me for not really caring too much about her? And then we get reintroduced to her in this season, and obviously a lot of time has passed. So I'm like, okay, like I'm sure she's changed a lot too. And yeah, she's fucking changed a lot. And I'm really happy with how much she's changed because she's more confident in herself. She's more powerful too. She's been learning the incantationless magic or whatever,
Mhm.
and is a lot better at it. And she is in a very like important position too. She's like alongside this princess and protecting her and stuff, and she's valued by the people around her. And I thought that's really cool, and it makes her more interesting by herself. She doesn't need Rudius to be interesting anymore.
Fair.
Agreed. I would follow, like, we recently did follow an episode that basically surrounded her. Like, that
Mhm.
was, she was pretty much the main character in our point
I think it
of
was
view.
like the prequel before the season started. Like
Yeah.
the
It was
first
episode 0.
No,
episode
I'm saying like in one of the most recent episodes that came out, like the majority of that episode, like before she does the whole like, oh, do you want to see my whole face?
Oh yeah,
Like, the
yeah,
majority
yeah.
of that episode, we're kind of getting her perspective, and we're even getting her thoughts. Like, man, I've really been thinking about him a lot lately. It's
Yeah.
crazy. What's going on with me? Homeboy's over here like, am I gay?
Dude, oh my god, that was so fucking funny because and like I'll tell the story again on the podcast because Sam and I like to watch this every week because he likes to like comment and like ask me questions and shit about it, and I'll ask him stuff too because this man knows the entire story of Mushoku Tensei by fucking heart. Like, it's insane how much he knows. So we'll watch it, right? And then the episode where they were like hanging out a lot, and then like Fitz or Sophie leaves, and he like you can tell he feels a certain way, and he's just like staring. He's like, "Why am I feeling like this?" And then the episode cuts. I immediately said, "Am I gay?" And then Sam busted out laughing because he said that apparently that is actually said in the light novel, but they put that in the anime.
It's funny.
And
Am I
and
gay?
it makes sense that he would think that because up to his knowledge, like this is a dude. It's just some random guy that he met at this school, and he's like, "Why the fuck do I feel like that? Am I gay?" And it's funny seeing him kind of like not struggle with that, but just like
Question
contemplate that.
himself. Did I feel the
Yeah.
twinge in my pants?
And then like one of the episodes, he's like, "Why does my like heart? Why do I get butterflies every time he smiles? Like what the hell?" He's
I
like
just
questioning it.
Dude,
But it seems
kills
like
me.
he's kind of like okay with it. He's like, I mean, shit, I guess.
I guess if I feel this way,
Yeah.
let me get close to this person, see why I like him so much.
Yeah, exactly.
My thing is like, it's a damn shame. Like, damn, Sylvie, you gotta feel terrible. Everybody thinks that you're a man. Even the guy that
Yeah,
you
for real.
were like idolizing your entire childhood meets you again, and it's like, hey, you're a dude. And when you
Again.
first met as children,
I
he
was
was
just
like,
about to
hey,
say,
you're a
yeah,
dude. And now he's still thinking that like
the
6 years
PTSD.
later or something. Like, damn, that must hurt.
Nah, but this is on her though. She hasn't said anything, and she's had plenty of opportunities.
She's
in
sworn to
private
secrecy.
come, like, she is sworn to secrecy. Like, I get it, but I
It's a
feel
royal
like
oath.
I still feel like she should say something. Be like, hey, look, I'm not allowed to say nothing, but like, you should probably know. Like,
It's
I don't know.
me.
Be like,
It's
hey,
me.
my hair used to be
Jessica.
green. Just a heads up, and I
Yeah.
can cast.
Well,
I
she's
mean,
also
she
like
been dropping hella hints. She's like, my
but she's
master
also
this, my
completely
master
different.
that.
She's completely different though than when they were like kids. Like she acts completely different now too. Looks completely different, has a different name, dresses completely different. Is in a situation where like season 1 Sophie would never even dare being in the middle of all this mess. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So in like Rudius's mind, I don't blame him for believing that this is just a guy named Fitz. You know what I mean? I'm sure he sees some similarities, like, oh, that reminds me of like Sophie or whatever, but like there's no way Sophie would have told me. So, you know what I mean?
That's a really good point. You're right.
That's what I'm thinking.
They-
But
they-
I'm just waiting for him to find out. I want to know.
They both ended up where they wanted to be at the Magic
Yeah.
Academy, learning magic. So
Yeah, it's
You know?
crazy. I forgot that was their goal at the beginning. They had to go like completely different ways to get to that point.
okay, so right before we picked up at the academy, they mentioned like the slutty elf mentions like, oh yeah, Zenith was found. She's a carefree adventurer wandering the dungeons.
She's doing that right now?
Yeah, they like mentioned it.
I
They
don't
mentioned
remember
it
that.
in the episode.
Oh,
Like
I guess I
she's
missed
like,
that.
oh yeah, it's okay. You don't need to go search for your mom. Zenith has
She's
been
good.
found. She's been located. She's a carefree adventurer wandering the dungeons. And she like said like in the I don't remember like what part of the country or on the map that she says, but it's like, okay, well she like I know where she is now, so okay,
She's
yeah,
alive
I
and
can
she's
go.
there.
I can
Yeah.
go to the Magic Academy, prepare myself, do my research, and then I'll go find my mom. Right?
does-
So I'm
that
He's
like,
does
gonna
ring a
come out
bell,
of this
actually.
dumb
that
shit,
doesn't
OP.
sound like her though. Cause she's
Being a wandering
very
adventurer.
yeah, she's got a whole fucking family.
She has 3 children.
Exactly. And she
Maybe she's tired of it.
clearly loves them. So I'm just curious to see like what circumstances led her to that point. Like we glossed
Yeah.
right over that, but there's like so much meat right there. It's like I have so many questions. What do you mean?
Well, it'd be like really out of character if that was her and she decided to be like, oh yeah, no, fuck my family. I'm just gonna go pull a Paul and go adventuring. You know what I mean? Like that'd be really fucking weird if that was the case.
I mean, they fell in love
I'm-
for some reason.
Yeah, I guess, but you'd think that she would at least try and get in contact with some of her family and let them know and not have it be like, relay that information through some kind of third
Like
party.
hearsay and rumors.
Yeah, that's what makes me think like, I don't know, maybe that's not entirely accurate or there's more to it than what we know and we're just gonna have to wait. That's not gonna be till like a season 3 thing probably.
And even Ishigami, the man god, came in and he's like, go to the academy,
Yeah.
do this, I promise it'll work out. Like, your mom's fine. She's alive. We're good. Go do this. I promise you it'll work out.
Yeah.
So now I'm just like, I don't know.
That was like
I
a
still
deal
don't
they
know
made.
if I trust Ishigami.
I don't trust this dude. Yeah. Because the last time he told him to go do something, it didn't work out for Rudius, honestly. Like, he listened to him and it didn't work out in his best interest. He fucking got abandoned, essentially, by his friends and family. Granted, I still think in the overall story that needed to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't blame Rudius for feeling, like, hesitant on listening to this dude again.
Who is Rudius to question the word of God? Sorry.
Who's this guy to claim to be God? Some fucking random...
Rudius ain't
dude.
from that universe or from that world, bro. He's reincarnated into it. So for him, like...
Fuck your God.
I don't think that guy, like... I'm pretty sure he has, like, powers of persuasion for humans and shit. Like, every god for whatever race has,
that
like,
makes sense.
like a natural trust.
Damn, he just be playing fucking Rudius.
No, but he is not from that universe, so I feel like that wouldn't.
Why it doesn't? Why he has to
I
actually?
don't think he's evil. There's an ulterior motive.
I just don't trust him. Like, he's definitely got a plan that we don't know about.
It's like
And
Cube.
it's not. It might not be evil, but like it's like Cube.
Yeah,
Cube's evil though.
I guess depends on who you ask.
It depends on like what the mission is, and I guess the means to the end. I don't know.
I mean,
I guess we'll find out.
yeah.
Yeah. Again, I don't think that'll be until like a season 3 thing. It seems like most of the season's gonna cover like the Sophie storyline and like the Academy stuff.
Now we've been going for a fat minute, so I'm gonna ask you guys: do you guys still want to defend him or let the internet eviscerate him?
It depends. How much time do I have to bring him on?
How far in are we? We're an hour and 21 minutes in.
We're an hour and 21 minutes. Okay, maybe let's do it then.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll leave the people just like to talk amongst themselves. We did put out a vlog a few weeks ago now about Anime Matsuri, and we did put out Sam's hot take about Hunter x Hunter, which should be no surprise to anyone who's listened to us. And Sam, if you happen to be listening to this, buckle up, buddy, because we have words to speak with you.
Yeah.
But that'll be next time, though.
Well, you heard it here.
Till next time. Alchemist out.
Alchemist out.
Alchemist out.
Have fun with your major penis, probably, buddy.